In this video, I'm going to show you the two moving averages that I use on my charts to know exactly which type of strategy I should be trading. 9 years ago, when I started trading, I would use the wrong strategy in the wrong type of market all the time. This one concept is the missing piece for any trading strategy. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use these two moving averages. And I'll give you live examples of a simple, beginner-friendly strategy that's been giving me results like this, and this. With that said, let's get into it and I'll show you exactly how these two moving averages work. So to start off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull up any stock and you're gonna head over to a 30-minute time frame. Now that means that each candle that you're looking at is going to be 30 minutes. You can look back as far as you want. Right now, I have mine set on a 30-minute 10-day. So every candle represents 30 minutes of trading, and I can look back 10 days. You have to use these two moving averages that I'm going to give you on a 30-minute for this to work. Now, next, what you're going to do is you're going to open up the exponential moving average, and you're going to add that to your chart. Now, on my broker, I'm going to type in exponential, and I'm going to pull up moving average exponential. You can do this on any broker or charting platform. So we're going to pull up two exponential moving averages, or EMAs. These are going to be our two types of moving averages. So the first moving average is going to be a 33-day EMA. So we are going to change the length to 33. Now, under the price section, we want to change the price calculation from close to high plus low plus close divided by 3. And again, you should see this no matter what broker or charting platform you are on. And lastly, we are going to change the color. I have mine set as the default yellow. Once that's done, you can hit OK. Now, our next moving average is going to be the 65-day EMA. So we're going to change the length to 65. And again, under price, we want to select high plus low plus close divided by 3. And for this one, I leave the color as the default blue. You're going to hit OK, and then you're going to hit apply. What we can see here on our chart are our two moving averages, our 65 and 33. Now, here is how we're actually going to use these two moving averages in our trading. If we look at the chart on SPY, we can see that every time the moving averages come together and touch, the market makes a big vertical move. Let's look at the following day. Here we go again. Now we can see another example here where they came together, got flat, we saw the cross, and that led to another vertical move. So what we want to understand is that when our moving averages come together, okay, when they come together, now this is not a crossover system, but quite often they'll cross, they don't have to. But the point is that when they come together, the market by default is ready to make a vertical move. So it's our way to measure what type of market condition we're in. And as they get closer together, we know that the market is gearing up and getting ready to make a very large vertical move. Okay. And so I want to be aware if the market is ready to make a vertical move. I want to know. And at the same time, if the moving averages are super apart, I want to understand that as well. Right. So we want to gauge where our moving averages are at, because during the times the market is ready to make a vertical move, we don't want to trade certain strategies. Now, to put this simply, 85% of the time, our moving averages are going to be far apart, and we're going to be able to trade many strategies that revolve around trading around our mean. Now, on the other hand, when they come together, when the market moves to vertical, that is only going to be 15% of the time. And during that 15% of the time, we're going to want to trade specific strategies that we understand won't revolve around trading around our mean. Okay, so let's break this down and let's give you some examples. And at the end of this video, you're going to also see those live examples where I've been putting this system into practice every single morning over inside my mentorship group. I trade live, I teach my students how to trade this system, and they also have the ability to follow along and copy myself to mirror the trades that I take in the market. So if you're interested in that, I will put a link in the description below to my mentorship. But with that said, let's now go ahead and let's pull up the simple strategy that I trade around our 2 moving averages. And again, just to recap, when our moving averages come together, the market is ready to go vertical, and that is going to be 15% of the time that the market spends trading in vertical. The rest of the time, when they're apart, that is 85% of the time, we will be able to trade other strategies, knowing that the market is what is called balanced, and we will at that point then be able to trade this specific strategy that I'm going to show you right now. Let's pull up a second chart here, and we will continue to look at SPY. Now, by default, I'm going to use a 5-minute time frame for this strategy. Now, next, we're going to go to studies. Similar to how we added our 2 exponential moving averages, this time we're going to want to look up VWAP. So VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. We're going to apply the VWAP to our chart, okay? And we're going to hit OK. So now what you can see on our right is our VWAP. Now, you can use a 1-minute or a 5-minute chart on the VWAP, either works. And just make sure, again, that we're always going to be on that 30-minute time frame with our 2 moving averages. So let's look at today. We can see that our moving averages are not touching. They are apart. So that means we are in a horizontal market. And by default, if we're in a horizontal market, we know that we are going to trade around the market's mean. Okay, so the mean or the middle price, right? And so our mean in this case is going to be our middle VWAP, that purple line right there. We know that because they aren't touching, because they are far apart, we can expect that throughout the day's session, SPY will always come back into our mean, into this middle VWAP. Now, throughout the day, what we know at that point will happen, because the market is balanced, okay, because we're in a horizontal market, because our moving averages are not touching, is that we will move from our bottom VWAP to our middle VWAP, to our top VWAP, to our middle VWAP, to our bottom VWAP. We will see the market move from what we call our low tide to our middle tide to our high tide. And you will see this cycle play out over and over and over again, and that will be 85% of the time. So from low to middle to high, back to middle, and now we are pushing down to our low tide or our bottom VWAP. And so the simple strategy that I trade is I'll look, and in this instance, we'll talk about our mean reversion VWAP strategy, which we have on our right side of our screen here. If I look off of the open during the morning session or anytime during the day, and I see that our moving averages are far apart, that they are not coming together, that they're not really close, that they're not touching, that they're not crossing, I understand that I can either trade long or short around our mean, around our middle VWAP. So what this means is that if we are sitting at our top VWAP, if price is touching our top VWAP, I will take a stab at shorts. Okay, so I will buy puts as I trade options, and I will take a short position. I will set my take profit at our bottom VWAP, and I will set my stop loss at our top VWAP. Okay, because I know we're only going to be able to move up so far before we come back to our middle, and then we move back to our bottom. So again, if we're trading on our top VWAP, I will short and set my TP at bottom VWAP. Now, on the other hand, if let's say, for example, in 10 minutes, we trade back down to our bottom VWAP, I will then enter a long position, which means I will buy calls, and I will set my take profit at our top VWAP, and I will trade and play the move through middle up to top. Now, if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you could trade the move from bottom VWAP to middle VWAP, because that is predictable. We know we will get there no matter what. And at the same time, if we are long, we could also set our take profit at middle VWAP. As promised, I'm going to give you a couple live examples of me actually trading this mean reversion strategy. 170 a contract. They're already going for 190, so this thing has moved quite a bit. We can actually see top VWAP is literally sitting at 85. Bottom VWAP is literally sitting at 80, 70. Our algorithm, so look at, we just now we hit TP, right? Now we hit TP. There's someone just got that 285, and it's probably one of you guys sitting with your order on the book. Like I said, 285 at TP. Now I can put my order in here at 285. But yeah, but just try to be patient and follow the trade plan. The trade, yeah, someone got 285. That's crazy. Try to follow TP plans, stop plans. You know, just be patient. 285 was you, I figured. All right, guys. Well, we did it again. So the crazy thing is, it's not just myself that's been able to find success trading this mean reversion strategy using VWAP and using our 2 moving averages. It's also hundreds of students over inside my mentorship group, which you can see here, and here how much success our students have been having. If you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in following along, copying my trades, and trading live with me every single morning, I will put a link in the description below to my mentorship. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video.